I hope I'll remember the voice next time I do this. Gee. Not quit. So... do I want to also have Mateo as second? I always had Monica as second or as first. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Satori first. He's my good friend after all. I will go and check real quick what it would be like. I should serve Mateo. Because they seem to be my opponent. I want him to not put any first. Okay. I just want to check if it's like Satori's just was the same as yours. I think it might be the same for everyone, so I don't need to do it frequently. Holy smokes! This is so good, Anya! I really love it! I had no idea. Wait, that's not his voice. I had no idea such a good writer! I think you may be overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, that's perfect then! Because I have no idea what I like. That was once again not his voice. Satori chuckles. Hopefully Yuri's and Natsuko's opinions are more constructive than this. Bah! You just like it because I wrote it. Well, that's part of it. I don't understand you better than anyone else. Your poem isn't just a poem to me, you know? It's, well... it's an Anya poem! So it makes it extra special to me. I feel like I can feel your feelings through it. You're sweet, Satori. I have no advice to offer, and I've learned absolutely nothing about writing from this exchange. But you're very sweet. I'm just happy that you wrote one. It shows that you're taking this seriously. Of course. I might not be totally into it yet, but I'm still gonna put in some effort. Well, it definitely shows. You didn't have to do this, you know? I mean, we both know why you decided to join. But it seems like you're really putting effort into writing, and I appreciate that. It's true that I initially joined this club in the hopes of getting to know the others. I'd be lying if I said Satori had nothing to do with it. This club does mean a lot to him after all. And don't worry, I'll keep my word to help you impress whoever you're interested in. It'll be my way of thanking you. I'm gonna hold you to that. Hahaha, deal. Anyway, wanna read my poem now? I'm, not very good at this. I'll be the judge of that. I have to use the mouse, okay. Okay, no different paragraphs, okay. Morning person. Good morning. How are you? I hope that you slept well. Let's see a smile on your face. This is the kind of person I wish I was in the morning. But I'm not. Because I'm not a morning person. Good morning? Whatever. I couldn't sleep all night. How can I wake up with a smile when the first thing I want to do is fight? I wish I was a morning person. But I guess I'm just a grumpy Gus. I wish I could wake up with a warm feeling. But the first thing out of my mouth is a cuss. No point in complaining though. Sleep will have to wait. I am up now. Time for breakfast. He wants to fight in the morning? I was trying to analyze structure-wise for anything of significance. But the structure seems to have not too much. I was trying to see morning person, but I'm not a morning person. I wish I was a morning person. I was trying to see if there's something like that. Morning, good morning. person says that. No. No. It works as a poem, nonetheless. It just doesn't have any massive great way it is structured or has a unique rhythm or something that helps to convey the message. I'm not that good at it either. This is usually the first draft of a poem when I write like multiple drafts for a poem. It's kind of similar to this. Maybe he wrote it in the morning. And he's not a morning person. So due to that, he didn't have time to build a unique structure into it. Let's see. Let's see if the other poems have a more unique structure. If that's the case, then we can chalk it up to that as well. And if not, then maybe the person who made the mod just didn't really have any idea how to like have unique rhythmic elements or specific elements in the poems. I'm also trying to see... I'm trying to look for... any messages like, if it wasn't for you I could sleep forever in Dear Sunshine. The only thing that I found unique here is, that it's like going with fight here. So, there's a rhyme in here. Night fight. Gus cuss. I couldn't sleep all night. Satori, when did you write this?
It's a secret.
You wrote this just in the morning, didn't you?
No! Maybe a little bit.
You can answer a little bit to a yes or no question. You actually could, like with Sayori in the original game. It's like maybe she did have write the first few drafts or like the notes for it the day before. And then just had to put it properly into a poem in the morning. Maybe it's the same here. Maybe the rhymes were added.
I forgot to do it last night. But hey, I tried my best.
Well, truthfully, it is pretty good for something that was thrown together in 5 minutes. I like how you have bits that rhyme and bits that don't. Usually that should serve a purpose a bit more. That's pretty cool. It does make me wonder what you can write if you actually took the time to think about it first.
Well, I happen to write better when I do it last minute than when I sit to think about it.
Well, that sounds like something that would work for you. This poem is all you, in fact, especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast before I came to get you.
Ah, that's why we got to school later than usual.
It's bad to skip breakfast. You know it makes me cranky.
Yeah, because you never have cranky days on a full stomach. Anyway, thanks for sharing your poem with me.
Wasn't this fun? I'm really glad Mateo came up with this idea.
Yeah.
He's the best. And tomorrow I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Satori seems too excited about his writing to pick up on my sarcasm. Okay, but if it sucks, I get to ridicule you harshly.
That's not...
Satori, chill.
I'm just messing with you. Man, it's hard to tell with you sometimes.
I'm sure whatever you write will be awesome, and I look forward to reading it. You know what, let's see. Or should I go with him last, because I really don't seem to like him. Let's go in the order that she seemed to like them. Yuri stares at the poem. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More time for him to finish reading.
I'm sorry. I promise I'm not ignoring you.
It's fine. Take your time. Don't force yourself. But fear forgetting that the big guy is jumpy.
I need some time to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Alright. Is this your first time writing a poem?
Oh, yeah, it is. It shows, right?
Yes, I'm afraid it does.
Ah, so it's that bad, huh?
No! It's not bad. It's just...
He refers his eyebrows and bites down on his thumb, keeping deep in thought for once again. It's been 7 minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. Yuri sure likes to really think things through before he speaks. Huh. Maybe I should learn something from that.
Alright, so... there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Having been through that myself, I've learned how to pick up on them. See, new writers try to make their style more deliberate, often picking a subject matter different from the style, and then just form-fitting them together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds his train of thought, Samina does a complete 180. His stammering disappears, and he sounds more like a teacher than a student.
No, this is not something you can be blamed for, of course. There are many techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. All of this comes with practice, learning from example and trying new things. It also helps that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuko can be a bit biased though.
Let's see! It seems that their relationship is not going to be much different. Let's see how it's gonna go. Biased? How?
Well, I suppose you'll see what I mean eventually.
Alright. That was weird. I wonder what he has against Natsuko. So how about I check your poem now?
Yes, of course. I would love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smells dreamless as he hands me his poem. It's actually handsome and he smiles. He seems so serious all the time. I doubt he's this happy about anything very often. Once again... not...
Thirst. My mouth is parched. Desperate, I must rehydrate. I take a glass from the cupboard. I open the icebox. Shrinking away from the artificial light, I reach for a pitcher of water. I close the door and relish the return of the dark. I fill my glass and drink. Still thirsty, I fill the glass again. Then once more, I empty the pitcher. I remain unsatisfied. I refill the pitcher, only to drain it again. Every sip only leaves me thirstier. Insatiable. I must replenish, or go insane. Candle on the table, matchbox in my hand. The flame flickers. I flicker back. At last, my thirst is quenched. So, like I said, I do know how Act 2 ends. I have seen images of it. I don't want to give any spoilers on it. But I would hope that when you watch this, you maybe have played the mod. If not, it's always in the description. Let's see. So, I do know from this at the end that he probably, similar to Yuri, has a self-harm problem. In his case, it appears to be like fire burning himself. Let's see. I'm trying to see what the drinking symbolizes. Because it leaves him thirstier. I've also seen like words like arson and stuff. I didn't want to comment on it, and then like when during the poem minigame. Maybe it's like something social. He desires, like he's still described as somewhat more shy, more timid. And he desires to be more social. But due to being on the introverted side, it drains him a lot. Like, when you're introverted, it drains you. Social interaction isn't exactly a bother to you. You might really desire it, but it drains you. Energy-wise. Or maybe it could even be him being thirsty or not really actually being some type of him getting tired from interacting with them, but rather it could perhaps also be related to rather he desires social interaction, so he interacts with the others. But it's at large negative interactions, and due to that he stays thirsty for like the positive interactions. Self-harm can have many reasons, and I wonder if burning can also release like endorphins like cutting can. Probably. Injuries in general, like also stubbing your toe, can release endorphins, so and it's that Yuri also seems to be pretty heavily seek after in the original game, like the endorphins. I'm sorry if you have any trouble reading my handwriting. It's not that! I'm analyzing. I'm trying to see what the thirst is.
Did you not just see my handwriting? I'm surprised you were able to read it. Your penmanship is perfect. Don't even worry about that.
Well, thank you. It's just, it took you a long time to read.
I was busy analyzing. By the way, I googled on the side. It can release endorphins. I burned myself to get high.
But it's once again being so generalizing. Individuals who induce self-induced pain do so to enable the release of endorphins. Some do in fact just do that to punish themselves. That's why you ask of the person. You'll find people who will
feel relieved afterwards. You will find people who do it purely out of self-hatred and want to feel simply the pain, simply to punish themselves. It's important to topic to me because I used to self-harm and I have friends who still struggle with it. And even in our friend group we have very many different reasons for it. And it's those generalizations of many things that cause pain for me and my friends in these situations. So no, not everyone who self-harms like Yuri and Yuri here do it to release endorphins. Some do it out of self-punishment, some do it in fact to draw attention, which shouldn't qualify them from getting help, disqualify them from getting help, because clearly they need help with something and don't know how else to draw attention and to harm themselves. There are people who do it to, for example, after abuse, try to make it feel like their body again, to remove the feeling of their abuse and replace it. There are many also very unique reasons for it. Everyone has experienced some type of injury before, and everyone has realized how it makes them feel. And due to that, it's natural that a universal experience such as pain or harm, getting yourself hurt, for each different individual can be used, even if the context is different. Well, maybe I was just rereading it a few times because I really liked it. Have you considered that?
Yuri's
face turns beet red. He quickly looks away, laughing nervously.
There is no way you could think that.
Well, I do. I really like your poem, Yuri. I like the imagery and the atmosphere. I like how it made me feel while I was reading it. To be honest, due to the lack of rhythm and stuff, like, even Yuri's poems have a bit more of a structure that is intended to build something. There was absolutely no structure once again in the poem, so I could not get too much into it, but I think that's me just... A lot of my friends in my friend group also do write poetry, and we're always building on that. And due to that, also when I read other books, I have a bit of a experience with it that makes me sometimes a bit more inclined to, when I read a poem like this, it feels a bit like maybe the person who wrote the poem for the mod, I don't know if it was a single person who made them, who wrote the entire story, but maybe they just aren't too familiar with everything poetry. And I really like how it was short, yet descriptive.
It wasn't too short, was it? I usually prefer shorter poems, but I can write a longer one next time if you prefer.
I could make a dirty joke right now, but I'm bigger than that. Not at all.
I'm really happy that you liked it. This is our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Tell me more about this metaphorical thirst in your story, exactly. What are you thirsty for? Yeah, okay, good.
Well, I suppose the answer could be interpreted in many ways. You, as the reader, can feel free to look into it as you'd like.
Okay, fine. Don't tell me what it's about. You sure know a lot about writing. I'm very impressed.
It's nothing, really. But it does make me happy that you think that. Remember, it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too.
Well, I'm feeling very inspired by your feedback, so I'll be sure to apply it to my next poem.
I'm excited to hear that. I look forward to seeing what you've learned. Natsu!
Yep. This is about what I expected from you. Do you mind clarifying what you mean by that?
Well, I mean, it's not a bad poem.
It's just that you're new to this, so I kind of figured your writing wouldn't evoke any emotions. And it didn't, to be honest. I'm starting to see why Yuri said Natsuko might be biased.
Natsuko, Yuri basically said the same thing. Like literally. He also said, it's not that good of a poem. It's like the way you express yourself was weakened due to the way your poetry writing is. Natsu is just being more blunt about it.
Oh, I get it. Not childish enough for your taste, huh?
Hey, this is a literature club, you know? If you're gonna show your writing, prepare to receive critique.
Fine, fine.
Anyway, I guess I better show you my poem now. I know you're gonna really like it, but try to contain yourself. Cars can race. Dogs can sniff and dogs can bark. Cats can see in the dark. Lions roar to show their king. Beasts possess a painful sting. Sharks can swim and can attack. Cars can race around a track. Amazing creatures, amazing things. See them all around you. Would they be just as impressed to see the things that you do? You think you're just as good. You're not the type to quit. I suppose it couldn't hurt to try, but really, that's just about it. Yep, I added that's about it.
It finally has a bit more of a structure. It seems it's just trying to mimic eagles can fly, though. Because I don't think they fully understood the purpose of why eagles can fly is the title of the poem. And then it shows up within the poem again. Because there's a reason for that. Cars can race around the track. And here just seems to be another part of the poem just randomly in there. Well, I'm just happy that it has a bit more of a structure. Due to that, it made reading it a bit more fun. The message stays about the same, though.
Impressive, right?
Well, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, I knew you'd love it. Most everyone in high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people usually don't even take my writing seriously. But you seem like the type who understands how effective simple writing can be.
Well, the point of writing is for people to express themselves. A person's writing style wouldn't make the message any less valid.
Yes, exactly! I knew you'd understand. I like when something is easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it.
Wait, this poem was actually about something?
Do you have anything to say about the structure? The other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. And to me, nothing brings out feeling like poems that rhyme. Fair enough, but it really is noticeable that they probably aren't as good as them. Maybe they're good at... It seems like they have an idea for a poem.
The thing is, to a poem, like the basics are there. It's just that they're still a bit pretty bare.
Like the structure seems to not have as much thought put into it.
The rhyme lifts this one above the rest. Like, I was also seeing if Satori's poem with like the rhyme added much, but I couldn't tell anything right there while I was reading it. But the structures are kept very simple here. I suppose one of my favorite parts of DDLC when I started getting more into it, especially with friends, was analyzing how the poems are written. I feel like what mattered to them for this mod maybe more was probably something else. Maybe the focus simply wasn't on... clearly isn't exactly on... going to be simply on one simple thing, such as poem structures. But I know that did you see, especially with how it sometimes was brought up, the structures of the poems, and how they were used very effectively. Like some of the structures of the poems, even while I wasn't very into poetry again, and like I used to be passionate about poetry, then school ruined it for me and the DLC brought it back. When I played it for the first few times, I wasn't fully back in my poetry phase, but even then I was able to pick up on specific things in the structure that really stood out to me. That were very important. I feel like maybe that just wasn't as important for the people who were writing. Like maybe they have an appreciation for the writing itself, but don't really understand that the structure is very important for a lot of poems. For example, adding a bit more structure for especially Yuri's poem could have probably made it even more effective with the atmosphere it wanted to convey. I'm sorry, I'm playing with some type of plastic bag in the background. I hope you can't hear it. I always need to be fumbling with something in my hands. I always need to have something. I reread the poem fascinated. Now that I know the thought process behind it, I can definitely see the message. I'm still kind of amazed I missed it the first time. It was very obvious. So you did! Wow, more did it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro!
I'm glad I was able to teach you something.
I bet you didn't expect that from me, did you?
I guess not. Thank you for the lesson. I decided to humor with that last comment. I'm not sure what he meant by that. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from him. Who should I show my poem to next?
Well, Mateo! So, Anya, having fun so far?
Yeah, absolutely.
I suppose that's good then. By the way, since you're new and all,
if you have any suggestions for the club,
maybe new activities or things we can improve on, remember I'm always listening. So don't be afraid to bring things up.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I mean, I am better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. But now that I have the go-ahead to speak up about things, I'm probably going to when I can.
Anyway, do you want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but it's what I agreed to.
Oh, I'm sure it's very embarrassing.
But don't worry,
I won't hold it against you.
Thanks. I hand the horse's ass my poem. I wasn't. Theo chuckles softly to himself. Do you like it?
Anya, your handwriting's atrocious. It's hardly legible.
Tell me,
were you holding the pencil with your face? With your feet? Were you... Oopsie.
Okay, I get it. I'll work on my handwriting. Jeez! You don't have to be such a jerk about it. Theo chuckles again, a bit louder this time. His smug attitude only pisses me off even more.
From the smallest assembly of letters I could hardly decipher as words.
It sounds like something Satori would write. The small assembly of letters. To be frank.
Maybe that's part of this. We actually did just write these words on a paper, but all of them can only read it to a certain extent. And therefore make out, oh, I like these words, I would put those in a poem. They're probably writing about something that I would write with these words.
Is that so?
Well, you're good friends.
It's not surprising that your writing styles are so similar. Well, we're best friends who have a lot in common, but we do have our differences too.
If you say so.
What do you know about Satori's writing style anyway? I thought this was our first time sharing poems.
That may be true, but it doesn't take a genius to know what style each of us are bound to like if you just pay attention. Assuming you're even capable of that.
Take Satori for example. I see his writing having a really gentle feel to it, with an occasional spike of hostility.
He's an emotional guy who would explore his emotions, like happiness and anger.
Perhaps even sadness. Anger. Sadness. That's where you're wrong, Mateo. I think I would know if my best friend was feeling sad.
Would you? Anyway, since it's your first time writing, I suppose you can call this experiment with various...
You can still experiment with various styles.
You're not a lost cause just yet. I will keep going this route until I can't anymore.
But it's certainly interesting.
The way that Mateo is acting.
It's not like he's trying to garner our affection or anything like that. He didn't even seem interested in us joining. Let's see if it's a different take on... Like, either he isn't self-aware yet.
Maybe he is kind of a bit of a thought process of not every character who would be in a game and become self-aware would be like, I need to prove myself that I'm real, or I need to approach this the only real thing in this world. Some might even despise the idea of having a player that seems to just toy with the lives of within them, simply because they view themselves something higher. Maybe it's kind of like a take on that, or it's something completely else. We'll see. I definitely plan on trying different things. It will take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. But rest assured, I am not a lost cause. Good to hear.
I want to see you try new things.
That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you.
Don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. I mean, it's not like to worry about impressing them, right?
Right. Anyway, are you ready to read my poem now?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to it.
You sound thrilled.
I mean, we both know you're going to make me look like an untalented hack. So I'm sorry I'm not leaping for joy at that opportunity.
It's not my fault you choose to see it that way.
Whatever, let's just see it already. Once again, no more complex structure. Let's see.
Looking out. I didn't do that. It wasn't there when I left either. Someone else must have done it. It's just a little hole. Illumination pours through. Curiosity tells me to take a peek. Existential fear keeps me from succumbing to curiosity. For weeks, I ignore the hole in the wall. I occasionally glance at it, but I will not look inside. What am I afraid of? I hear things coming from the other side. Terrible screeching sounds, flashing lights. Time goes on. My curiosity becomes hungrier. I warn myself to not look inside. I tell myself I won't like what I will see. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Finally, I can take no more. The curiosity consumes me. I cave in and peek inside. There you are. I see you, peeking back at me. This makes it sound like he did already have his realization.
I was thinking if it could mean something else. It's this existential fear. Someone else must have put it there where we won't restart the game. Someone else must have done it, not put it there. Existential fear. probably one of the slightly better ones, structure-wise. There you are. I see you peeking back at me. Like, peek inside. There you are. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I feel like I would have benefited a bit more from a few. There's a missing dot.
No, that's fine. I just realized it.
There's also a missing dot. Let's see. Maybe there's a reason. No, there wasn't. I don't think it's completely intentional. There you are. I see you. Don't do it. Unlike Monica, it wasn't forced upon him, the epiphany. So I think that's interesting. Like, Monica was basically... forced. But here it seems a bit more like... Or could it be similar to Monica if, like, he knows something is wrong with the world around him, but he wants to ignore it? That would play more into the role of... He's already aware, but he wants us to leave because of it. He's an attached player, he wants the player to go away. He doesn't like the thought of there being a player in the world. In his vicinity. Maybe he should be curious. Unless it is about something else. But thus far, the poem seemed a bit more obvious in the meaning.
So, what do you think? Speechless, I see.
It's strange. Very freeform, if that's what you call it.
Please don't act like you have something constructive to say. We both know you're not there yet.
Well, what do you want from me? It's a weird poem. I can't even fathom what it could possibly be about.
Well, I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently.
It's been influencing my poems a bit. Okay.
You might even say it's making them weird.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, what kind of epiphany?
Well, don't worry about it. It's not important at this point. It'll all make sense later.
Okay, then. Okay, let's see. I guess I'm expected to just ignore that weirdness. So, does that mean we're done?
I think so. Unless you want something else.
I mean, I didn't really learn anything from you.
Oh, is that so?
Look, you said I should let you know if I have any suggestions for things you can do better, right? Well, how about giving me some helpful writing tips? This way I can walk away with at least some useful knowledge after each of these sessions. Mateo considers my idea for a moment.
You know, you may be right. As president, I should offer more advice than the others.
Alright then.
Here's Mateo's writing tip of the day! Yay! Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixed on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, you will never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down to paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big, dark puddle of ink.
What if I'm using a pencil?
So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Oh, phew.
I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That wasn't as stressful as I anticipated. I learned what I already knew. My writing abilities are mediocre at best. There's no way my poems considered from theirs. But I still enjoyed getting to know and learning about their own techniques. I noticed across the room, Satori and Mateo are chatting. Mine slammed on Yuri and Natsuko. They exchanged sheets of paper showing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I noticed each of their expressions change. Natsuko's eyebrows furrowed in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
Yuri in the female Yuri in the original game actually changes her expression from a dot to a smile while we are watching them.
I pack up. I have the feeling that something interesting is about to go down.
We are mysterious. What's with this language? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuko dismissed returns the poem to his desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Oh, snap. Shorty's triggered.
Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? Is that what that was? I guess I can see that now. But the language.
Yuri struggles to explain his critique while trying to remain as polite as possible.
Yeah, what about it? If I may offer a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Satori liked it, and Anya did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time developing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Anya liked my poem too, by the way. She even said she was impressed by it.
Are we about to have a rock version of Poem Panic? Because I'd be excited for that. Natsuko smirks and leans back in his chair, propping his feet up on the desk.
Oh, I didn't see you were so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri.
Yuri suddenly stands up. Oh boy, things are getting real.
Perhaps you're just jealous that Anya appreciated the advice of a mature individual more than she appreciated the views of a child. I'm the child? Are you that full of yourself? Besides, how do you know she didn't appreciate my advice more?
I don't think I like where this is going. I look away, trying to focus on something else. Maybe if I look over here, they won't notice me.
Full of myself, am I? You're the one who goes out of his way to make everything you do overly masculine. As though you're compensating for something.
Oh my god.
Natsuko
suddenly stands up.
And just what the hell is that supposed to mean? You know what it means. Well, you know what? I'm not the one who started stuffing his pants with socks as soon as Anya started showing up. Oh my god! Natsuko!
Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just knew I was sitting there. Damn it, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid. Now I just have to avoid staring at Yuri's crotch. And I already failed. Luckily, he's too distracted to notice.
Anya! He's lying! He just wants to make me look bad. That's not true. He started it. If he could get over himself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. I mean, what even is the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason?
The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to try and figure it out.
Help me explain it to him, Anya. Hold on! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Anya? Well, why the hell did they go and drag me into this?
I didn't even know anything about writing. I mean, her girls, they will definitely think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... saving out of instinct.
Satori!
Natsuko? Yuri? Both stared at me intensely, drying up any words I had in my mouth. I'm gonna need some backup. I look around and see Satori sitting at his chair, flipping through his notebooks, seemingly oblivious to everything. I run over and grab him by the arm, dragging him towards the others. Satori!
Eh? That's right! Everyone's fighting is making Satori uncomfortable.
How can two of you keep this up, knowing you're making your friend feel like this? What?
It worked better in the original way, but where so it was actually...
Satori plucks out the earbuds attached to his phone.
People are fighting?
I sigh, fixing my annoyed glare on his clueless face.
Oh, he doesn't even care! Besides, this isn't about him! I agree. It's unfair for us to inject our feelings into our conflict.
Oh, but
I expect to interject my feelings into their conflict. Exactly. Yeah, unless Satori wants to tell you what a stuck-up jerk he's being. He would never! It's your maturity that's made everyone so upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself right now? This is exactly why nobody's... Alright, knock it off! I have no idea what to do with the voice right now.
I surprised everyone with my outburst, including myself.
Alright, knock it off!
Yuri, Natsuko, you guys are friends. And over time, I hope you'll think of me as your friend too. Because that's what I want. I want us all to get along and be happy. You guys must be wonderful people, or else Satori wouldn't think so highly of you. And I respect his opinion more than anything.
Anya.
You guys are awesome because of your differences. Natsu's poem was amazing because it gave me so many feelings with just a few words. Yuri's poem was amazing because it painted such a beautiful picture in my head. You're both so talented. Why are you fighting? You should be respecting your differences in your styles. Not berating each other for not being clones of each other's styles. And you know what, Natsu? There's nothing wrong with liking kid stuff. I do too! And Yuri... I paused, looking for the least perverted way of saying this. I'm sure whatever you're packing is 100% natural, and you should be very proud. Nail it.
Gosh, Anya.
I stand triumphantly. I spot Matteo standing behind everyone else, wearing a curious expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri hurries away. Natsuko sits down with a blank expression, staring into the air.
I'm starting to think you should be the vice president instead of me.
Hey, if I'm going to usurp any position of power, I'm going for the title of head honcho. I say this in front of Matteo, who stares at me in surprise.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. There was just a huge conflict in the club, and neither you nor Satori put any effort into stopping it. You guys are supposed to be the leaders. That means putting your foot down when the situation calls for it. You don't leave that responsibility to the newest member. Satori looks away, clearly embarrassed. Matteo glares at me for a moment. Then, to my surprise, he averts his gaze and drops a scowl.
I suppose you might have a point. Perhaps I should have interjected. I'm sorry. I should have been paying attention.
Tell you what, if I have to learn to be a poet, then you two need to learn to be better leaders.
Deal? You got a deal, Anya.
Look at Matteo skeptically. What about you?
Rest assured, I will be taking control from now on. I suppose I owe you my gratitude for your surprisingly enlightening advice.
Matteo smiles at me. My stomach nods up.
Why does he have to be so dashing?
It's fine.
Alright, guys.
It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
I had fun. I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright.
It was alright. Well, mostly. Anya, how about you?
Well, it started off slow, but then it got interesting. It was a cool thing to discuss with everyone too.
In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe learn something from everyone today too. I expect to see a significant improvement from you tomorrow.
I did learn a lot from everyone here today. Enough at least to impress who I want to impress. With Satori as my wingman, I'm confident I can do this. I want you, Satori! I nod to myself with newfound determination. Anya, ready to walk home? Yep, let's head out. Satori beams at me. It's nice to be able to walk home from school together like we used to. Hey, Satori. Yeah? About what happened earlier, that fight between Natsu and Yuri. Does it happen often? I've never seen them act like that.
I mean, it's not unusual for guys to show off when they're around a cute girl.
So I'm getting the blame for this?
Yes, it's all your fault. Your hotness is tearing this club apart.
We both get a chuckle out of that one.
Nah, they really are good guys. Please don't hate them.
I don't hate them. True, they didn't exactly score points with me by dragging me into their fight, but I won't hold it against them. I was just wondering if it's come for them to fight, that's all. I trust that they're good people if you think so highly of them.
That's a relief. I like seeing you get along with everyone. I can tell you're having fun.
I am having fun. Thanks for helping me out with that.
Of course. Tomorrow's gonna be even better. And remember, if you like either Yuri or Natsu, you might want to consider reading with one of them.
Yeah, but I want someone else, you know?
That will really make them happy.
I smile. It's so wonderful having Satori support my little scheme here. Thanks for the advice. Let's see what tomorrow holds. I want to check out what Moon is for. Moon is for them. Okay. Because it's really not a simple thing, but I suppose it maybe fits into his horror interest? Maybe. Anyway, ocean. Skateboard is that. Mama is probably him too. Natsu, I mean. Promise. Ball's probably also Natsu. Race car as well. We have seen that he's into them race cars. No new word here. Bike. That is all probably Natsu.
Girl? Girl. He likes girls.
Fireflies. Adventure. Watch was him. Yuri. Climb is probably also, so play. Flip is probably also a lot of words for the others. Car. Feather. Punch. He liked, oh. I thought maybe it would be because he had like the fight. He had the fight arc. Look, he likes sadness. Bad is probably also Natsu. Rainbow. Wolf is probably also Natsu. Royal? Royal's probably Yuri? Yeah. Joy. Bliss. Very blissful person. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a lot more comfortable here over the past couple days. I enter the club room drowsily. Natsuko and Mateo aren't here yet and Yuri is busy reading his book. Satori is sitting at a desk across the room with his face resting in his hand. as exhausted as I am. I quietly slip into the seat next to him. Yo, Satori!
Don't you yo Satori me.
Well, someone's grumpy today.
Gee, I wonder why that is.
I smiled to myself. Yesterday after school, Satori came over to hang out and we ended up playing video games. All night. What time did we stop playing?
We fell asleep at around 4. The console was still on when we woke up. We didn't stop playing. We simply passed out. You know, I only agreed to come over if you promised to turn the games off at a reasonable hour. But you didn't. And now, we both look like zombies. You look perfectly fine, you know? I hope you're happy.
Well, I am. You should be too. We may be tired, but at least we had fun. Besides, all we need is a little snack to boost our energy. I'm starving.
Me too. Do you have money? Need to work on something in the background.
No. Do you?
No.
I look over at Yuri and give Satori a playful nudge. Hey, Satori. Let's ambush Yuri and rob him.
What?
You hold him down, I'll take his wallet.
Are you insane? I can hear everything you two are saying. In any case, assaulting me would be pointless. I haven't got any money either.
Besides, you should only buy what you can reasonably afford. And frankly, after you two pulled that irresponsible little
Stunt last night,
your suffering is fair enough retribution. Jeez, dude.
Did I just... I didn't mean that! I got too absorbed into my book. Absorbed.
What the hell is he reading? How to be a serial killer in 10 easy steps?
What did that have anything to do with serial killer? That was just strict. No worries, Yuri. I like when you speak your mind. It doesn't happen often, but it's a fun side of you. Thanks, Satori.
Suddenly, Natsuko walks in. He appears to be in a chipper mood as he greets us all before making his way to a desk in the back of the room. I put my nose to the air and sniff. There's that sweet scent again. Satori notices my demeanor change.
Do you smell something?
I can't just sniff the air excitedly. Satori sits up.
What is it, girl? What do you smell? Sniff it out!
Eyes become locked on Natsuko, who's cheerfully pulling a notebook and pencil out of his bag. The scent intensifies when he unzips the bag. I look at Satori confidently. Our stomachs rumble deeply.
Our logic gives in to desperate hunger. We both get up and swiftly make our way towards Natsuko. Hey guys, how's it go?
He trails off.
Satori takes a
seat on one side of him, and I take the seat on the other side. Our unblinking gazes are locked on Natsuko's confused face. He fidgets nervously.
What are you guys staring at?
You smell like cupcakes again. Natsuko becomes increasingly nervous. He looks at Satori for mercy.
We're starving, Nat. Where are they?
Natsuko looks back at me, visibly sweating. Come on, dude, we're languishing here. In sheer panic, Natsuko finally peers at Yuri.
Yuri! It would be best for you to relinquish the sweets unless you wish for them to feast on you instead.
Yuri doesn't even take his eyes off his book. Something tells me that even if our intentions were aggressive, Yuri would continue nonchalantly reading. So turned I lean in closer, trapping Natsuko even more.
Natsuko. Nat, feed us. Finally, Natsuko stamps his foot in its defeat. You two are bullies, you know that? Fine! Here you pair of ravenous wolves! I was gonna share them anyway!
Natsuko reaches into his bag and pulls out a tin. He tosses it on the desk behind him. The top pops off from the forest, revealing a variety of beautifully decorated fancy cookies! Without thinking, Satori and I are on it instantly. I can only imagine the grimacing looks on Yuri's and Natsuko's faces. The noises we make as we devour the cookies are probably horrific from their respective perspective. In seconds flat, we both retreat, leaving behind only a few broken cookies at the bottom of the tin.
Gah! You practically ate them all! You savages! Here, you forgot to eat the tin! The tin! Natsuki tossed the tin across the room in our directions.
Yuri gives an amused chuckle. Satisfied, Satori and I trot away to safety. That sugar boost was just what we needed.
We're sorry, Nat. I and I were so hungry. We owe you one, okay? One? You owe me an entire batch, you bottomless pit! Jeez, Mateo. Can you please tell these two...
Natsuko glances around. Mateo isn't here.
What the... Where is he?
I've been wondering that as well. Do you two know anything about where he might be?
I haven't heard anything, Anya. Anya?
I cease picking cookies out of my teeth for a moment and look over at Satori. What?
Have you seen Mateo today?
Fortunately for me, I have not.
It's not like him to be late. He's usually quite punctual.
Oh, calm down. He probably just had something to do today. Or someone.
Satori and Natsuko chuckle a little. I have already checked out of the conversation and gone back to licking cookie crumbs off my teeth.
Maybe Mateo has a... you know...
Satori winks and nudges me, but there is something and apparently I'm to guess what it is. Maybe I should have been paying attention to the conversation. Colonoscopy appointment? Satori gives me a blank stare. Clearly that wasn't the answer he was looking for.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Wow, your ability to flawlessly read social cues is astounding.
Shut up.
I mean, maybe he meant maybe as a girlfriend. Well, he is pretty popular after all.
I wouldn't be surprised. Mateo's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
That's true. That's true. Speak for yourself.
Suddenly, the door swings open and Mateo rushes inside.
Apologies, everyone. I didn't mean to be late. I hope no one was worried.
If it makes you feel better, I didn't notice or care. He looks at me from the corner of his eye.
Anya. Back again, I see.
You won't be getting rid of me that easily.
I'm impressed by your determination. Let's see if you can keep it up. Why were you late today? Girlfriend problems?
Mateo looks at Satori with a very bewildered expression.
Girlfriend? Girlfriend? I don't have...
Mateo tries a sentence before scoffing and looking away. I guess he's single. I wonder why that could be.
No, that's not the reason I was late.
So, why were you late? Mateo darts his eyes over to me.
I thought you didn't care.
Oh, I didn't. But talking about it seems to bother you. So now, I'm all ears. I expect him to snap, or at the very least ignore me completely. But to my surprise, he gives me his little smirk.
Well, not that it matters, but my last period today was study hall.
To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time.
How did you not hear the bell? How did you not hear the bell?
There is the angry glare I was expecting. But for some reason he reserves it for Natsuko's question.
If you must know, I didn't hear it because I was practicing guitar.
We do have more guitar. We have guitar in the track. That's true. This time it's guitar in the track, yeah. Makes sense. Everyone in the room looks a bit surprised by this information. The guitar is in the background now.
Guitar.
I don't know what that accent is.
It was the way we played music as well, Mateo.
Yeah, but guitar? That's weird.
I'd expect someone like you to play a fancy instrument, like piano or violin or something. Mateo rolls his eyes in annoyance.
Of course I play piano. I've been playing piano since I was 4 years old.
I just want to try something different. Nope, can't hear any piano there. At least not in this track.
That's pretty cool. You should play it for all of us sometime.
Mateo suddenly looks at me.
I will soon, once I get a little better.
What the hell is he looking at me for? Yeah. Interesting. I didn't even say anything!
And perhaps you will be there as well, Anya. I'd be delighted to play for you if you manage to stay in this club long enough.
Mateo smells sweetly. Why is he being so... his version of nice all of a sudden? Yeah. Looking forward to it.
You are quite confident about your ability to stay in the club, aren't you? I like that. In that case, I can't wait to show you what I can do.
He smiles at me again. There's something oddly suggestive about that smile. It makes me feel a little... I'm excited to see that, Mateo. Good luck to you.
Thanks! So, did I miss anything?
Soon I both snap our heads towards Natsuko, expecting him to tell on us for inhaling his tin of cookies. He eyeballs us for a moment, but in the end remains silent. I turn back to Mateo. Nope, everything's been normal. I'm sure Natsuko will bring it up to him eventually. I look around. Everyone's already begun to settle in. He goes back to his book and Natsuki wanders back into the closet.
Hey, Anya! I'm gonna go grab some supplies from another classroom. Come with me!
What are the supplies for?
Sorry, I was just wondering, my voice, I forgot my voice. To make posters and stuff for the festival. We're looking for crayons, markers, glue sticks.
Crayons and glue sticks? Are we trying to target creative 7-year-olds for our event? We gonna throw together some macaroni pictures too?
Smarty pants! You coming with me or not?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Great! Hey, Mateo! We'll be back soon! Is that so? Don't you think Anya would benefit from spending some time in here reading instead? I'm sure I can find her something productive to do.
Fact. Mateo grins at me.
Maybe she'd like to help me with some things today. I think that would be best.
Interesting. What the? Mateo wants to spend time with me? I can feel my stomach tighten again. I don't know what's gotten into him today. Maybe he finally sees that I'm taking this club seriously? Whatever the case may be, I'm pretty curious to see where this is going. Yes. I glance over pleadingly at Satori. Come on, man. Let me see what this jerk has planned for me. But his expression changes. He narrows his eyes as he steps closer to Mateo.
Huh?
Well, with all due respect, Mr. President, I wasn't exactly asking your permission. I stared wide-eyed at Satori. Where did this come from all of a sudden? Testosterone seems to fill the air as the two of them face off. Testosterone. We should be saying that when female people are on their periods. Apparently, testosterone levels are higher in female individuals while they're on their period. Fun fact about the female body in the middle of this. Satori maintains his cold stare. To my surprise, Mateo is the first to timidly look away. All right, fair enough. It was only a suggestion anyway. Come on, Anya, let's go.
Don't forget the poster paper.
Mateo hisses that as Satori walks out of the room. I follow quietly. Once outside, Satori walked several feet before stopping and covering his face with his hands. That seems to be kind of more like a Yuri event. That kind of was with Yuri. I quickly trot to his side. Hey, Satori! You wanna maybe tell me what that was about? He shakes his head. I start to worry. I'm so sorry I had to do that. What do you mean? I could tell you want to spend time with Mateo. I'm really sorry I had to ruin that for you. But I need your help. Oh! Well, hey, if you need help, I'm always here for you. Forget about Mateo. What do you need from me, buddy? You're the best, Anya. The thing is... Satori looks around suspiciously. Is he trying to make sure no one is listening? He leans in and whispers. I forgot to write a poem last night. What again? Oh, for goodness sake, Satori! Hey, I was kind of preoccupied playing video games with you last night. And what about your poem? I know you didn't do it last night either. True, but I at least had the foresight to do it during lunch. Why didn't you? Well, I guess I didn't think of it. Well, that's just great. So while you're busy throwing together a poem, I'll be the one looking for supplies. That's the plan. You're not mad at me, are you? Of course not. I'm just glad you're okay. Your freak out back there had me a little concerned. I'm sorry. That did get a little more intense than it should have. I'm not sure why, but something about how he said that. It made me want to punch him in the face. I'm all relieved to hear that I wasn't imagining the high tension between Satori and Mateo a few minutes ago. There definitely seemed to be more to that than just the excuse to get me out of the room to help him. That sudden spike of aggression, though. It's okay, Satori. I want to punch him in the face, too. It gives me a little smirk. Curious as I may be, I decide it's best to let it go. Whatever happened back there was probably just a guy thing. I'm interested to see how all of this will be, because my friend group is at large guys, but I've already grown to see that depending on what I'm reading, or it's more in like things. It's not as often in reading as it is with like series or something. My guy friends absolutely tend to not reflect the guys that are usually portrayed in media. That reminds me of how there was something about... It was some type of writing advice about oh no. Something about in a story where there were siblings, and someone was talking about how this is clearly written by a person with no siblings or something, because that's not how siblings act, and I read it, and I also showed it to my friends who are siblings. I have like 2 friends where there are a set of multiple siblings, and that reflected their relationship very well. That's why it bothers me. There are specific cases where you can be like, this is completely unrealistic, but sometimes it's just like, maybe it's just not the most common experience. For example, when I write siblings, it's probably not going to reflect a lot of relationships between siblings, because I'm taking especially inspiration from the people I actually know that are siblings. And I know that their situation especially leads to them not being the most... their relationships... to a lot of people, their relationship would probably not seem very sibling-like even. It makes me always wonder when I see these things where it's like, shouldn't there be a bit more of like a guy like this or a guy like that? And then I think about like, it's probably like just my friend group that makes me feel like there are more guys out there like it than there actually are. because the majority of my guy friend group are about as sensitive, if not more sensitive, than I am, and absolutely not aggressive and all of that as well. They don't fit many stereotypes of what guys are usually portrayed anywhere. And so due to that, when I read it, I'm always like, is that really realistic? And I think about guys that I see more at like work or back then in high school, because some of the books I read are more for like sometimes also play in like high school settings and stuff. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure that's pretty realistic. It's just my friend group that's like that. I don't know if it's a guy thing. It doesn't seem like it's a guy thing that would happen in my friend group. But hey, maybe some guys can relate out there. Maybe it's about something about romantic attraction, but even then, my friend group never really had too big of a problem with it. What are we even doing for the festival anyway? I mean, how do you make an event for literature?
Oh, don't worry. Wait. Mateo and I have everything planned out. We're doing a poetry performance.
A performance? Like, reciting poetry in front of people?
Exactly! We're all gonna take turns on stage reading our favorite poems to everyone.
Wow, that sounds mind-numbingly boring. Whoa, partner! That kind of excitement sounds like too much for people to handle. I mean, we don't want to distract from the other events at the festival, you know?
Okay, first of all, no one thinks you're funny. And secondly, you're not looking at this the right way at all. We're not just reading poems, we're performing them.
So you gotta read the lines like, above my head, the last remaining star beckons to me. I reach up and pluck it from the curtain of the night. I hold the glowing gem to my chest, absorbing its brilliant light. The consequences of my selfish act soon become clear to me. For now, the sky has lost all of its dazzling stones. The moon, once surrounded by her children, now floats all alone, and the world is shrouded in darkness because of me. Like that! Interesting. I have a bit of a... whatever. Wow, you've swayed me, Shakespeare. When you perform it that way, it's guaranteed to only put half our audience to sleep.
Oh, shut up. You're so uncultured.
Come on, man. I can't take you seriously when you talk like that. I mean, it's awesome that you've got so much passion for this. It's just frustrating because I'm not used to seeing this side of you. I didn't even know you liked poetry. So hearing you sound so articulate, well, it's kind of attractive.
Don't say things like that. It's embarrassing. But I guess it means I'm doing a good job.
You are. And you're right. I am uncultured. But who knows? Maybe the festival will change that.
Yeah, I'll make sure the festival changes us both for the better. Oh, gosh. Hey, look! One of your favorite rooms.
Satori stops in front of one of the empty detention rooms. I look away with a scowl. He chuckles in amusement as he peeks through the window.
Well, it doesn't look like your blazer is in here. Of course not!
I have it right.
Crap!
Once again, my blazer is absent from my waist.
Maybe you should learn to tie a proper knot.
Maybe you should learn to shut up. Maybe you should learn to shut up. Satori giggles once again.
Wow,
So mature of you. Come on, dummy, let's go. The two of us entered the classroom. Satori wastes no time, grabbing a blank sheet of paper from the closet and a pen from his pocket. Alright, I'm gonna get started on my poem. You ransack the closet. Aye, Captain. I start poking around in the closet. I spot a full box of crayons and pull them down from the shelf. The box is a little heavier than I anticipated. Once the shelf is no longer supporting it, the box slips through my fingers. I fumble attempting to catch it with my other hand. My fingers grip too late and the box bounces off my open palm. My poor attempt to catch it again with my other hand just knocks it further from me. The box loudly crashes to the ground and the crayons roll in all directions. Hey, what are you doing? I quickly look up at Satori, trying to be cool. What? Nothing. What are you doing?
What am I? You know I'm trying to write this poem.
So, write your poem. No one's stopping you. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Worry about what you're doing. You do your thing and I'll do mine. Quit making things weird, jeez. Smooth. Satori looks at me suspiciously for a few moments before slowly bringing his attention back to his poem. As soon as his head is low, I drop mine to my knees and begin quickly scooping up the crayons, dumping them haphazardly into the box. The fall caused some of the crayons to break. By the time I finish, the box is busting from the seams and the top no longer closes. Crayons poke out from the top and sides. I place the overflowing box on a desk. There we go, good as new. I go back in the closet and start searching for the rest of the supplies. Alright, I'm pretty sure I found everything. Crayons, markers, glue sticks, poster paper. Even found some little bottles of glitter. I can imagine the festive posters that can be made with this stuff. I'm sure the local second graders will be very impressed. Hey Satori, I got all the stuff. You done yet?
Just 1 second. There.
Satori holds up his poem, looking it over with a whimsical smile.
Perfect. The best poem ever. Just like I said it would be.
Sweet, let's see it. I will go and reach for the poem, but Satori quickly pulls it away. He holds it high above his head. Hey, what's the deal?
You can't see it yet. You have to wait until we share our poems in the club.
Are you serious?
I sure am. It wouldn't be fair to the others.
Fine.
You're such a goody-goody here.
I take the supplies, markers, crayons, glue sticks, glitter bottles, fold it into poster paper, put them into a box and thrust it into Satori's torso. He quickly supports it with both arms. His fingers clutch his poem beneath the load. Now, when we get to the club room, I'll distract everyone while you take the stuff to your desk. Slip the poem into your bag while they're not looking, okay?
Good idea, Anya!
It's the only kind I have!
Debatable.
Oh, what do you know? Let's just go before they come looking for us. We exit the classroom. Oh. Back to a more solemn tune. And we're lacking in the guitar. Wonder if this has any significance. Wait, never mind. There's kind of a guitar, like in the original. Is this a guitar or is this like an ukulele or something? I don't know. I'm not as good as it sounds. Could be a guitar. It's just not the typical guitar that we had in the other ones. Hey Anya. Yeah? You know, this kind of takes me back to when we were kids. Remember? I followed you everywhere and did everything you said. You'd get us into all kinds of trouble. But you always seemed to be able to talk your way out of it. You're so clever and quick-witted. I've always admired that about you. I used to wish I could be just like you. And to be honest, I still kinda do. You're the most clever person I've ever known. And even now, all these years later, You still coming up with plans to get me out of the trouble you got me into in the first place? I blush a little at the sentiment and the memories. Satori, I know it's sappy, but I'm really glad we're still best friends. I hope nothing ever changes that, you know? I don't want anything about our friendship to change. Really? I'm the exact opposite. I look forward to change. Huh? But why? Because everything grows, Satori. Just like us. Every day, I feel like our bond grows stronger. Our loyalty to each other grows stronger. Our trust. Don't you think? Are we not even closer now than ever? I guess so, yeah. So you see, our friendship is constantly changing. It only gets deeper and deeper with each passing season. With each rotation of the Earth, with each trip around the Sun. In fact, the only thing I wouldn't change is the inevitability that everything will change. Anya, that's so poetic. Maybe we should write it down and share it with the club. No, it's not for them. Some poems are just for you and me. Skip that one. Satori suddenly looks at me in a way he never has before. I smile and look away, but I can feel his gaze linger. I wonder if something changed just now. We walk back to the club room the rest of the way in silence.
And back is the guitar in full beat. We're back. That took longer than anticipated. Hope you found everything we'll need.
Sure did. Sorry it took so long. These two just really need to learn to organize the stuff in their closets. I quickly make eye contact with Satori and shift my gaze to the back of the room. He picks up on my cue instantly.
I'm gonna go set this stuff in the back.
Don't trouble yourself, Satori. I'll take it from here. Mateo suddenly reaches for the supplies. Satori gives me a worried look. Time for me to step in. I'll help too! I grab the flimsy crayon box. It's barely holding together. I give it a little squeeze. The box bursts at the seams and the crayons explode everywhere. Oops! I'm so sorry! Ugh, I'm such a clumsy idiot. I look at Satori and gesture for him to continue heading to the back of the room. He nods.
I'll help her clean those up, Mateo. I have this. Right.
Mateo sinks to his knees and starts picking up the crayons. I do the same. To my surprise, Natsuko and Yuri lay their books down and come help us. As the three of them busy scoop up crayons, I look over at Satori. He sets the supplies on his desk and inconspicuously slips his poem into his bag. He gives me another nod. Mission complete. I smile and continue helping the others collect the crayons. So, Mateo, I knew you didn't ask for it, but I also grabbed some bottles of glitter. I figure most people are attracted to shiny things anyway, so it should draw their attention to the posters. That might work, right?
That's true. Good idea, Anya. Those are the only kind she has.
Sentai grin at each other knowingly. I guess we do make quite a team.
Alright guys, are you ready to share your poems?
I need to pay attention to if he always says alright guys. I need to pay attention to that. Guess I should go grab mine.